I have been buying these industrial buildings for 30% below market. And I'm going to show you how I'm doing it so you can just copy me and do the same thing yourself. Who am I? My name is Peter Stasiak. I am a senior commercial realtor working for a world-class commercial brokerage firm. I specialize in the buying and selling of investment-grade commercial properties to high net worth individuals and institutional firms. Over the course of my career, I have had a ringside seat as I have participated in and watched how exactly real estate fortunes are made and how generational wealth is created in commercial real estate. Some investors started with money, some started from scratch. I've seen it all. I'm now taking my knowledge, experience, and expertise and sharing my vast insider knowledge with viewers to this channel. So back to the topic at hand. At the moment, trying to buy an industrial building that has a positive cash flow while using traditional leverage, financing with a 70% loan to value, is definitely a challenging prospect these days for investors. So while I wait for a really good piece of property to come along, I need a place to park my money. I wanted my money to be in a safe spot so that when I needed it, I could be confident that it will be there when the time comes. At the same time, I needed a return on my investment. I was struggling to figure out what to do, so I started to do my research. I said to myself, hey, I know the industrial real estate market. Why don't I look at the industrial REITs that are out there and see what they're trading at? And that's how I started to research Dream Industrial REIT. Dream Industrial REIT trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol DIR.UN. At the time of this video, April 29th, 2025, Dream Industrial closed at a price of $10.60 per unit. All figures in this video are in Canadian dollars. Dream Industrial REIT is a very large REIT with a market cap of just over $3 billion. Dream REIT owns 71.8 million square feet of space in 542 industrial buildings. It's a diversified portfolio of prime industrial buildings in key markets across Canada, the US, and Europe. Dream Industrial also owns prime vacant industrial land within their portfolio. You can view all of their information on their website, dream.ca/industrial. Let's bring up their stock chart. If I Google Yahoo Finance, I get a URL, https://ca.finance.yahoo.com. If I put that into my browser, I get to the Yahoo Finance homepage. I simply enter Dream Industrial in the search box, and the first result is dir-un.to. I simply click on this, and it brings me to the stock chart for Dream Industrial. As you can see, as of this video on April 29th, 2025, Dream Industrial closed at $10.60 per unit. Now, according to the Dream investor information found on their website, Dream Industrial has a net asset value of $16.79. That's as of December 31st, 2024. So, based on a net asset value of $16.79 per unit, you are able to buy a portfolio of top quality industrial buildings for only $10.60 per unit. That's a discount of $6.23 per unit, or 73 cents. So based on the net asset value of $16.79 per unit, you are able to buy a portfolio of top quality industrial buildings for only $10.60 per unit. That's a discount of $6.19 per unit, or 37% below market value. Where else can you buy well-located, high-quality industrial warehouses at 37% below market? not on the MLS or LoopNet, that's for sure. Now, let me say this. I'm not recommending this REIT as an investment. I am not a financial advisor. I'm simply telling you what I'm doing with my money right now. Don't blindly follow me. Your financial situation is unique and totally different than mine. You need to do your own due diligence and figure out what's best for your financial situation. You need to consult with your advisors and determine the best investment route for you. There's risk involved here, so you need to assess if it's right for you. Now, just because a stock is trading below its net asset value, it doesn't mean it's going up to that value in the next 2 weeks. It's going to take some time for investors to see the underlying value and the potential that this REIT represents. However, for guidance, we can look at what the street analyst thinks the future holds for Dream Industrial units. Let's go back to the stock chart. If you look at the far right lower corner, you can see the 1-year target price for this stock. The target price for this REIT is $14.27. This price is the average price from a group of stock market analysts out there. Now, there's no guarantee that the stock is going to reach this price within the next year, but these analysts are pretty smart and they get paid a lot of money to do their research properly. And $14.27 is still way below the $16.79 net asset value that Dream says their units are worth. So let's go with the $14.27 price per unit. That is the target price for the next year. As we noted, the stock closed at $10.60. So if the stock reaches the $14.27 target price, the return will be $14.27 minus the $10.60, which gives us $3.67 profit, which represents a return of $3.67 divided by $10.60 per unit is 34.62%. Not a bad return for just 1 year. But we're not done yet, because that's just return for the growth of the unit price. The REIT also spits out a cash dividend every single month. So we have to add that return to our growth return to get the total return for the year. Right now, as of April 30th, 2025, that dividend is 70 cents per year, paid out monthly. That works out to a 6.60% annual return based on the $10.60 price per unit. That's right. Even if this stock goes nowhere, you will still get a 6.6% return in cash every year. I don't know about you, but that's a lot better than my local bank. Plus, I have a shot at making a further 35% on my money. So here's the bottom line. Number one, I can't find any attractive industrial properties to buy at the moment. Number two, I need a place to park my money while I wait. Number three, Dream Industrial REIT is trading way below its net asset value. So much so that I can buy quality industrial buildings at 35% below market value. Number four, I get a 6.6% dividend that is paid in cash every month, simply for holding on to my stock. Number five, based on the stock analysts who follow this stock, Dream Industrial has a 1-year target price of $14.27 per unit. That alone is a 35% return in just 1 year. And that $14.27 price target, that is still 15% below the $16.79 net asset value that Dream says their units are worth. So let's add it all up. A 34.62% potential stock price gain. Add to that a 6.6% annual cash dividend, and you have a 41.73% total potential return in 12 months. Not a bad place to wait until the next great deal comes along.